In this lecture, we will be defining what is meant by a dominating set, find various bounds on domination number, and then using the Boolean arithmetic, we will be enumerating all the minimal dominating set in a graph. Now, we will illustrate using an example where these dominating sets can be used. Suppose there is a computer network finding a minimum number of servers to be installed in the network so that a system in the network is a server or connected to a server. Okay. And of course, this minimum number implies a problem on optimization. Say as an example here, if you have a server, okay, that gets connected to various nodes. Okay, so in this case, you have a computer network and there is a certain connection between the system. Now you have to identify which of the system has to act as a server. So that is the concept of the dominating set. Now at present you have various dominating parameters. More than 1000 domination parameters are available in the literature, and that depends upon the application on which these dominating sets are applied. Okay. And you have another famous problem called as the Queen's problem. Okay. What is that you have to find is to find the minimum number of queens to be placed in the chessboard so that it covers all the squares. Okay, so in this case it covers or it dominates. Okay. See, suppose if I take an 8x8 chessboard, so I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Similarly, I'll have 8 rows. So I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 7 and 8. Okay, suppose if I place the queen here, okay, it would cover, you know that this would cover these okay, it would cover these squares, or you have a movement of the queen to any one of the squares wherein I have marked a red tick. Okay, so in this case I'll have like this. So this queen, okay, covers so much of squares. So now what I have to do is I have to find the minimum number of queens to be placed so that it covers all the squares. Okay, so this is again a beautiful problem. Okay, you can try this. Okay, and similarly, similar to this queen's problem, you have knight's problem. Okay, the movement of the knight in the chessboard. So minimum number of knights that is required to cover all the squares of the chessboard. Here I have taken a square matrix 8 by 8. Okay, I can also have a rectangular array 2 by 3. Okay, like this, 2 rows and 3 columns. Okay, so if I place an horse here, okay, this would cover this. Okay, it would cover only one. So if I place h2 here, okay, so automatically this would cover this. So for these two I should have h3 and h4. Okay, so maximum of 4 knights is required to cover this chessboard. Okay, you can just try whether this 4 is this 4 a minimum. Okay, can I reduce the number of horses to be placed? So these are certain problems that was played in those days, and using this we had the definition of a dominating set. Okay, now let me formally define what is a dominating set. Now as usual we take G is a simple graph. A subset S contained in V is a dominating set if for every vertex V in V minus S, that is complement of S, there is a vertex U in S such that U and V are adjacent. The minimum cardinality of a dominating set, okay, denoted by gamma of G, is called the domination number of a graph. Okay, so you have a vertex set V and I take a subset S, and for every element here I will have an element in S such that U and V are adjacent. Okay, so this is called as the minimum number, is called as the domination number. Okay, now what I will do is I will define what is a minimal dominating set. Okay, Earlier which I defined was minimum, now it is minimal dominating set. Okay, a dominating set is a minimal dominating set. Dominating set is a minimal dominating set if, or let me write like this, a minimal dominating set D is a minimal dominating set if proper subset of D is not a dominating set. Okay, if I take a subset of the dominating set, that should not be a dominating set, is not a dominating set. Such a dominating set is called as the minimal dominating set. Okay, so you can see that every minimum dominating set, so this will be the first observation, every minimum dominating set is a minimal dominating set. Okay, so every minimum dominating set is a minimal dominating set, and of course converse need not be true. So let us see this using this example here. Okay, so now what I do is I take a graph like this. Okay, I name the vertices like this: A, B, C, D, E, F and G. Okay, so now you can see that A, C, G is a dominating set. Okay, is a dominating set. Okay, you can see that A dominates B and D, G dominates F and E, so C dominates itself. So in this case, this A, G, C is a dominating set, and you can also see that obviously this is a minimum dominating set. This is a minimum dominating set. Okay, so I cannot find a dominating set of cardinality 2 for this graph. Okay, now you see this set B, D, F, E. Okay, this is also a dominating set. This is also a dominating set, because if you look at B, it dominates A and C, and E dominates G. Okay, so now I have leftovers in D and F. Okay, so I have to take D, F, or I have to take C. So here you can see that B, D, F, E is still a dominating set, and if I remove any one of the element in the dominating set, this is not a dominating set. Suppose if I remove B, D, F and E, D, F or E does not dominate B. So as the case when I remove D, B, F, E do not dominate D. So if I remove any one vertex in this set, it ceases to be a dominating set, and therefore this is a minimal dominating set. Minimal dominating set. You can see that this is a minimal dominating set. But the domination number for this is 3. as you can see that ACG is a minimum dominating set, so it is of cardinality 3. But I can have a minimal dominating set of cardinality greater than 3. Okay, so what you do is you list down all the minimal dominating set, and after enumeration you select a set with least cardinality, and that would be the domination number. So in this case, for this graph, gamma of G is 3, domination number is 3, and an example is also given that a minimal dominating set need not be a minimum dominating set. So in this case you have to understand what is meant by a minimal dominating set. And as I told you, the minimal dominating set is a dominating set if the proper subset of that dominating set is not a dominating set. So we have defined what is meant by a dominating set, what is meant by a minimal dominating set. Now there is another an important note. Okay, every maximal independent set, every maximal independent set is a dominating set, is a dominating set. Okay, you know what is meant by an independent set. In an independent set, no two vertices are adjacent. Okay, and now S is a maximal independent set. So because I have written specifically maximal independent set. X is a, if S is a maximal independent set, then S union U is not an independent set for some U in V minus S. Okay, so if I take a vertex U in not in S, and if I attach with S, then S union U will not be a independent set. So here you have to remember the two definitions here, and using this you have a simple proof here. Okay, let S be a maximal independent set. Okay, so now what is the definition of a maximal independent set? For every vertex in V minus S, or for every vertex U in V minus S, the set S union U is not independent. Okay, so the set S union U is not independent. So now what happens here? That is, for every U in V minus S, there exists a vertex V in S such that U and V are adjacent. Okay, such that U and V are adjacent, and this is precisely the definition of a dominating set, and therefore S will be a dominating set. Okay, and now the second note, gamma of G will be less than or equal to beta of G. What is this beta of G? Independence number. What is an independence number? You could just recall, that is nothing but the cardinality of a maximum independent set, not maximal, maximum independent set. Okay, and of course every maximum independent set will be a maximal independent set. So I have gamma of g is always less than or equal to beta of g. So every maximal independent set will be a dominating set. So I have related this independent set with a domination set. And now let me just highlight one variation of domination. One variation of domination. Okay, what is it? A dominating set which is also independent, is called independent dominating set. Independent dominating set. Okay, its minimum cardinality is denoted by I of g. Okay, now let us return to the Queen's dominating problem. Okay, so now the problem I will just make a variation. Find minimum number of queens to be placed in a chessboard to cover all the squares. This was the problem that I had given earlier. Okay, so now the slight variation of this. So this was the problem, and the queens placed in the chessboard should not attack each other. So this is a problem of finding the independent dominating set. Okay, so in this case what you have to do is you have to place the queen such that the two squares on which the queens are placed should not be covered by the other queen. So you can derive various variations of the domination problem. Okay, so now slowly we will move to the next topic called as the bounds on domination number. That is, what will be the minimum value that the domination number can take, and what could be the maximum number that a domination number will take. Okay, obviously the bounds n and 1. Okay, n and 1 will be the bounds. but here I will try to find a bound which is better than 1 and n. Okay, so this I will prove using the theorem. Okay, for any connected graph, for any connected simple graph, okay, G, lower bound of upper bound of m plus 1 n by 1 plus delta of G less than or equal to gamma of G less than or equal to n minus delta of G, and you know that n will be cardinality of V of G and delta of G is the maximum degree among all the vertices. So how to prove this? The proof is very simple. What I do is, let U be a vertex in V of G with maximum degree delta of G. Okay, suppose if I take U here, it would be adjacent to delta of G, U delta of G. Okay, U1, U2, U3, so on, U delta of G. You know that degree of a vertex is number of lines incident with it, which means that I have delta of G vertices adjacent to U. And now if you look at this, totally there are delta of G plus 1 vertices. Suppose if I include U in the dominating set, then that vertex U would dominate itself 1, and it will also dominate all the neighbors which are delta in number. So a vertex U will dominate delta plus 1 vertices, maximum of delta plus 1 vertices. So in a graph, a vertex can dominate a maximum of delta of G plus 1 vertices. Okay, so now I will write like this: the vertex U dominates maximum of delta of G plus 1 vertices. So obviously your domination number should be n by 1 plus delta of G with an upper ceiling. So the first part is easier, and similarly the second part is also easier. What you do here is the set V minus U1, U2, so on, U delta is a dominating set, because you can see that these U1, U2, U3, U delta are dominated by U. So you have gamma of G is less than or equal to n minus delta of G. So thus we have this lower and upper bound, n upper ceiling of n by 1 plus delta of G less than or equal to gamma of G less than or equal to n minus delta of G. Okay, and using this, okay, I will not be proving this, you can try this. Using the lower bound proved in the theorem, okay, we have the domination number of a path Pn as upper ceiling n by 3. See, now you can see this. If I take this smaller example here, so I require these two. Okay, upper ceiling of 5 by 3, this would be 2. Okay, suppose if I take 6 P6, this one is P5, this one is P6, I require these two vertices. Okay, so for a path, the domination number is n by 3. Similarly, you can also find the domination number of a cycle, and similarly you can also find the domination number of a complete graph on n vertices as 1. So here you can apply both the upper bound and lower bound. Okay, gamma here in kn, capital delta of G would be n minus 1. So gamma of kn is less than or equal to n minus 1, which would be 1. And gamma of kn is greater than or equal to upper ceiling of n by 1 plus n minus 1, which is greater than or equal to 1, and these two gives you gamma of kn is equal to 1. So for certain standard graphs or well-known graphs, you can calculate the domination number using the bounds. Now we will try to enumerate all minimal dominating sets using Boolean arithmetic. For that, what we do here is this. Okay, to dominate a vertex Vi, suppose if I take a vertex Vi and if it has to be dominated, we must include either Vi, okay, I should include Vi in the set, or any one of the vertex or any one of the vertices adjacent to Vi, in the dominating set. So I have to include Vi or any one of the vertex adjacent to the dominating set. Okay, and now that is not sufficient. This should also be a condition, a minimum set. Okay, a minimum set satisfying this condition. Okay, satisfying this condition for every vertex Vi is the required set. So that will be the required set. So what I have to do is I have to select the vertices in such a way that it dominates itself, or I should include any other vertex which is adjacent to that vertex. And this has to be true for all the vertices, and among them I have to select a minimum set. Okay, so to do this, what I do is, to meet this condition, let us form a Boolean product of these sums. Boolean product of the sums, okay, like this: vi1 plus so on plus vin. Okay, these vertices are adjacent to vi, so this will be for a particular vertex vi. Okay, so now for the entire structure I will have vi plus vi1 plus so on plus vin, where vi belongs to v. Okay, so this will be the entire structure. So now what I have to do is I have to express this. Okay, I have to express this to find, okay, to find a minimal dominating set. Okay, so how do you do this? In this case I have written the Boolean expression. What should we do to get a minimal dominating set? Okay, so now what I will do is, when I can express this theta, when theta is expressed as a sum of products, okay, as a sum of products, each term in it and each term in it will represent a minimal dominating set. Will represent a minimal dominating set. Okay, let us explain this method using this example. Okay, I will work out with two problems. Okay, now already we have been using this quite often. A is equal to a plus ab is equal to a plus a is equal to a. This was used when we enumerated the independent sets. Now I will also be using this x plus y into x is equal to x. Okay, I will also be using this. Okay, so now what I do is I take this graph. This is called as the house graph, and this has got the labeling of vertices like this: a b c d e. Now what I have to do is to find all minimal dominating sets. Okay, so now what I do is I form theta, which will be a plus b plus e for a, and for b I'll have b plus a plus c plus e, and for c I have c plus b plus d, and for d I'll have d plus c plus e, and for e I'll have e plus a plus b plus d. Okay, so now if you look at this, a plus b plus e into a plus b plus e plus d, this would be a plus b plus e. Okay, so now what I do is I use rule 4: x plus y into x is equal to x. So now I take a plus b plus e as x, d as y. So I'll have this. So the theta here gets reduced like this. Theta is equal to a plus b plus e, okay, and I will have this b plus a plus c plus e. Similarly, c plus b plus d into d plus c plus e, okay. It gets reduced to 4 terms here like this, okay. Now what I do is, okay, I still can I still reduce this b plus a plus c plus e, and can I still reduce this to some other term, b plus a plus c, c, d, e, all the 4 are different. Yeah, so now again I will be using the same 2, a plus b plus e, and this will be a plus b plus e plus c. This would be a plus b plus e, okay. So when I combine these two, okay, these two terms, I get this, okay. So a slight these two, okay. In this and this was considered, and now when I do this, I get this as a plus b plus e, c plus b plus d, and c plus d plus e, okay. So now that gets reduced to 3 terms. Now let me write this. D is equal to a plus b plus e, c plus b plus d, and the next term was d plus c plus e. Now what I do is I take the product of first two, AC plus BC plus EC plus AB plus B plus BE plus AD plus BD plus ED multiplied with D plus C plus E. Okay, here I have used BB is equal to B. Now when I use this, use A plus AB is equal to A. Okay, when I use this, you can see that AB, BC, BD can be omitted. So I will have AC plus EC. Okay, I can also remove this BE. Okay, so I have AC plus EC plus B plus AD plus ED multiplied with D plus E plus E. So I will have 50 terms when I do this. ACD plus ECD plus BD plus AD plus ED, and next would be AC plus EC plus BC plus ADC plus EDC. Next one, ACE plus EC plus BE plus ADE plus ED. Okay, so as usual, EC, A plus A is A, I can remove EZ here, and similarly I will also be using A plus AB is equal to A. So here ADC, when I combine AD with ADC can be removed. Similarly AD plus ADE is AD, so I can remove this ADE. Similarly ED plus EDC is ED, ED plus ED is ED, okay. And similarly EC plus ECD is EC, AC plus ACE is AC, AC plus ACD is AC. And now I have terms like this. What are they? So this would be BD plus DA plus DE plus AC plus EC plus BC plus BE. So here minimal dominating set is, or minimal dominating sets are, okay, because I cannot reduce this further, so I'll have B comma D. Second set would be D comma A. Third minimal dominating set would be D comma E. Next one is A comma C. Next one is E comma C. The next one is B comma C. And the last one is B comma E. Now if you could see this, we had the graph like this, A B C D E. Okay, so now I have A B C D E. Okay, so now you can check that these are all minimal dominating set. B and D, yes. D and A is also a minimal dominating set. DE, AC, EC, BC, and then BE, all are distinct, and when I remove any one, it will not be a dominating set. So this is the process of enumerating all the dominating sets, minimal dominating sets, using the Boolean arithmetic. So in this case, if you see this, okay, we had enumerated all the minimal dominating sets. Now what I will do is, I will repeat the same process for another graph, okay, which could have more number of vertices, See, now this would be example 2. Okay, you have to enumerate all minimal dominating sets. Okay, the graph is like this: A, B, C, D, this one is E, this one is F, G, F and G. Okay, so as usual, you form the product of the sums. I will have A plus B for A, B plus A plus C plus D for B, C plus B plus E for C, D plus B plus E for D, E plus C plus D plus F plus G for E, then F plus E plus G for F, and G plus F plus E for G. Okay, And now when I use this A into A is equal to A, I can omit this G plus F plus E. And similarly, when I use this condition, okay, what is that? A plus B into A is equal to A. Okay, so here I have A plus B. Here when I take this A plus B and when I combine these two, this would be A plus B, because C plus D can be some other variable. So I'll have A plus B into B plus A plus C plus D as A plus B, and I will have C plus B plus E and D plus B plus E. Okay, similarly here F plus E plus G, F plus E plus G plus C plus D will be F plus E plus G. Okay, so that gets simplified into these four terms. Now what I will do is I will multiply the first two and last two and try to reduce it. AC plus BC plus BC plus AC plus BC plus BA plus BB is B plus EA plus EB. And similarly here I will have DF plus BF plus EF plus ED plus EB plus EEZ plus DG plus BG plus EG. Okay, now again using the properties on Boolean expression, B plus BA is B, B plus BC is B, B plus EB is B, E plus EG is E, E plus ED is E, E plus EB is E. Okay, E plus EF is E. So this gets reduced to the terms AC plus B plus EA, AC plus B plus EA, and here I get DF plus BF plus E plus DG plus BG. Okay, so now I get a term like this. Okay, so 3 here, DF plus BF plus E plus BG plus GD. Okay, let me write these two expressions in the next slide. So theta would be AC plus B plus EA or AE multiplied with DF plus BF, DF plus BF plus E plus DG plus BG. Okay, so now I will multiply these two, ACDF plus BDF plus AEDF. Okay, and similarly ACBF plus BF plus AEBF. Third one, ACE plus EB plus AE. Next to term ACDG plus BDG plus AEDG. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. ACBG plus BG plus AEBG. Okay. Now as usual, AE plus AEDG is AE plus AEBG is also AE plus AEBF is AE plus AEDF is AE. So I can remove these four terms. Similarly, here BF plus BDF is BF, BG plus ACBG is BG. Okay, and here can I reduce any of the terms here? Yeah, BG plus BDG is BG. So that gets reduced to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 terms. 8 terms are there. Can I still reduce it further? Yeah, AE plus ACE is AE, and I have BG here, ACDF, AE. So I think I will write down so that I can know whether this is a simplified version. So ACBF plus EB plus AE plus ACDG plus BG. Okay, can I reduce it further? Okay, I think I cannot reduce it further. So your minimal dominating sets are, okay, A, C, D, F. Second set is A, C, B, F. Third set is EB. Next set is AE. Last but one set is ACDG. The last set is B, G. Okay. Now let me draw this graph which was taken by us. Okay. This one was F, G, E, C, D, B, A. You can see here that ACDF, okay, ACDF is a dominating set, and when I remove any one element, it fails to be a dominating set. Similarly, the next one, A, C, B, A, C, B. I think I have made a mistake here. A, C, B, F. Okay, A, C, B, F. But when I remove this A, okay, A, C, B, F. What did I get? A, C, B, F. Okay. When I remove this A, C, B, F, C, B, F will be a dominating set. Okay, so I don't know how did I get this term. Okay, ACDF, ACDG. Okay, I should have AC, D and G, not that is there. AC, D and G is there. Now I have EB. Yeah, EB is there. EB is still a dominating set. Then AE, yeah, that is also a minimal dominating set. ACDG is a dominating set, and at last BG is also a dominating set. Now I have a problem. With this ACBF. ACBF cannot be a minimal dominating set. So ACDF, then I have EB, AE, ACDG, then BG. Then you have to check what is missing. Okay, the missing is BF. Yeah, I can see what is the mistake that I have done here. See, it is very simple. Now I have written this ACDF. I have written from this step to this step. I have done just a slight error. ACDF, I have written this ACDF, and I have written this ACBF. Okay, EB I have written here. Okay, AE I have written here. ACDG I have written, and then I have written BG. Okay, you can see that I have missed this plus BF, so I will add here plus BF. Okay, and when I combine, okay, I have to erase this. Okay, when I combine this BF with when I want to just combine this BF with ACBG, I will have ACDF plus BF plus ACBF is BF plus EB plus AE plus ACDG plus BG. So here your minimal dominating sets are ACDF. Okay, next one is BF. Next one would be EB. Next one would be AE. Next one would be ACDG, and the last one would be BG. Okay, now you can see that ACDF. Let me again redraw this graph so that we can have a better understanding. Okay, it will be clear for the doing the calculations. So if I take a graph like this, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, so the first set would be A, C, D, F. Yeah, this is a minimal dominating set. The second one would be B and F. B and F is again a dominating set. The third one would be EB. E dominates these four and B dominates A. Okay, so EB is a dominating set. Next one would be AE. Okay, this is again a minimal dominating set. The next one would be ACDG. Yeah, of course, when I remove any one of these vertex, it fails to be a dominating set. Good. Last one would be B and G. Okay, so these are all the possible minimal dominating set for this particular graph. I am done with this today. If you have any doubts, you can just post it in the WhatsApp group. Thank you.